What's going on, guys? This is your boy ShadyMikeGaming, and welcome to another NBA 2K21 modding tutorial. Today we are going to be taking a look at how to change the sock and sneaker and accessory colors of whatever team you're trying to use. We're also going to talk about how to change the name of the jersey, and we're going to be doing all of that using a program called 2K Tools. Now, if you don't actually know what I'm talking about, we're going to go ahead and open up 2K here and give that a moment to load in, and let's go ahead and take a look. We'll go ahead to, let's take a look at the Lakers. So obviously they have their basic association jersey, icon, statement, city, classic. I think I'm going to rename that hardwood classic, and then their earned edition jersey, which I'll probably rename the earned edition. Same thing like kind of with what I did here with the Sixers. Statement, city, hardwood classic, and then earned edition. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Toronto Raptors, and what I mean by this is if you take a look at what I did with the Jazz, like you'll see like they have different color sneakers. Now I basically went through the whole league. It did take quite a while, but I went and updated the colors of every single jersey to make sure they match and they look good. So especially with all the new earned edition jerseys out now, I wanted to go ahead. I was getting questions on how to do that, so I wanted to share that with you. So as you take a look at the Raptors, this is their normal association, their icon, their statement, and their city. You notice I have the black and gold on the sneakers. Now I'll probably switch the leg accessories to black as well. But for their city jersey, and we're gonna go ahead and, or I'm sorry, for their earned edition, you'll notice we did install the mod, but you'll notice it still is called Classic Home 4647, and it doesn't have the right accessory colors. Now it looks like it has the right accessory colors, but if we come over here to Chrome, from what it looks like, they're actually going to be wearing red sneakers with white accessories with this jersey. So we're going to go ahead and try and get that done. So first things first, what I like to say when we're talking about 2K Tools, 2K Tools is a roster editor. So give it a moment. We're going to load up back into 2K here. We're going to go to whatever roster that you want these changes saved in. Open it up and just leave it here. You're done. We can then go back to our desktop, open 2K Tools. You'll see right here it says 2K21 is running, and since we're going to edit jerseys, we are going to edit, we're going to go to jerseys here, scroll down to the Raptors, and this jersey right here is where our earned edition jersey is downloaded. So you notice that this is the slot that it takes up, the Toronto 1946 home. So if you were to download this mod, you have to make sure that that file matches this name so that it takes that slot. Every now and again you will download a mod, say it took the Toronto 1995 slot, but you want it to follow up all of the current jerseys. What you can do is you could select this, right click, hit select jersey, come down to whichever one you want and hit swap with selected, hit OK. And then you notice these jerseys here, they switch places. Obviously we want the earned edition to be right there, so we're going to select the jersey, come back up, hit swap with selected, hit OK, and now it's back where we want it. So first thing we're going to do with this jersey before getting into changing the accessory colors, we're going to hit edit jersey. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Actually, it didn't really get bigger. The screen just got white, so I do apologize for that. But the first thing you want to do is when you go into jersey type, and I'm gonna go ahead and, or it's gonna say jersey edition, it'll say unknown, and you want to change this to custom. After that, you see this is the name here. I'm going to change this to earned edition. And what I like to do is I like to come down, instead of hardwood classics, I go NBA Authentics, the brand, go to Nike, and then for the headband I go NBA plus Nike. I don't know if that actually makes a difference, but I do like to do it nonetheless, just, you know, so that everything's Nike. So that now says earned edition, and we're gonna X out of this, go back into our game, hit save roster. And now when we go back, we're just going to go into freestyle here, load the roster up, scroll all the way to Toronto. you will now see that this now says earned edition. So that is one way to do it. That's the only way I know to do it. That's just how you change the name. Now let's go ahead and get these accessories fixed up. So like I said before, this is a roster editor. So whenever you're making changes, you have to make sure you're in the edit roster screen. You don't have to be on the team. You just have to be in this menu so that you're editing properly. So we're going to go back to jerseys. Here in 2K tools, we're going to click Toronto. There we go, the Raptors. We're going to scroll down to this. Now the name doesn't change in this menu, but as you saw, it is changed in game, so you do know it's there. So first thing we want to take a look at is the socks. Now for the socks, you can't actually, for the Nike socks, you can't actually just pick the color. You actually have to pick a color that exists already. So if you take a look at the picture, they're wearing white Nike socks with red checks. So interesting enough, the Raptors themselves actually already have a pair of white socks with the red check mark. So we're just going to scroll down all the way, I think I passed it, to Toronto, and we're going to select their home socks, and I'm going to do it for both home and away if we can find it. And now we have the white socks with the red check marks on them. So in terms of going into the team colors, I want my sneakers to be white and red. And so this is actually a really good example because we now don't have the color red anywhere. Now, in order to change the color, you can just click the box and obviously just pick red, but I don't want it to be a weird color red. I want to make sure it's a red that I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this tab over here, double click on another Raptors jersey, and you can have multiple of these tabs open at a time. Go to colors. I'm going to copy this color here, close out of this, paste, and heck, I think I'll just paste it for all of them just so we're completely white and red. So that right here is for the sneakers. So when you see colors right here, the primary color is going to be for the base of the sneakers. The secondary and tertiary colors are also going to be just different accents on the sneakers. I don't really think these bottom three do anything, but I like to change them just in case. So that's what that represents. Now for the accessories, these represent the colors that you will see on the screen. So we do know that one of the primary colors for the Raptors is going to be white. So I'm going to go ahead and copy, paste white. And I'm trying to think for purple. I mean, are they really going to wear purple accessories? Just in case, let's go ahead and get purple and have it as a secondary. And let me tell you a little trick that I like to do. If you go 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, right? I'm going to paste this here. Paste that there. So these are going to be the only two colors that we use. We're going to either use the white or we're going to use the purple. You know what, just for argument's sake, let's add black. So black, we'll add that. We want their undershirt when they're at home. Do we want it to be white or black? Let's say black. Undershirt when they're away, we're going to keep that black. Primary shoes when they're away. Let's keep that white. Maybe we should have made the home undershirt white since they're wearing white accessories. Nah, we're just going to do black all around. We can always change it later. So we now have these colors set. So the primary is white, secondary is this purple, tertiary is the black. Now you can come down here to combos and you can change, where you want them to wear these colors. Now, the reason I come down here and do this is because this affects what they're wearing in the menus, and just it bothers me when they're wearing the wrong colors in the menu. So I like to change everything here to primary. Now again, you can always change it once you get in the menu, but just so that you can load it in, I like to change it just to be primary while you're in the menu. So we just updated the colors. Let's go ahead into the game and show you what I want you to keep your eyes on here is the fourth and fifth color, why I made them 3-2, 3-2, 3-2 for both. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that. So we're going to X out, go back in game, save, and we'll go into freestyle again, select our roster, scroll all the way to the Raptors, and you will see now that they now have the red and white sneakers, the red and white socks, and now all their accessories are the white. So again, you can switch and you can wear the purple. He doesn't have an arm sleeve, so you can't really see it, but I think I'm going to keep it white. And honestly, I don't really like that purple either, so I think I'll probably change that later. As you can see, there is black there. But one thing you'll notice is the actual socks emblem down here. That's what confused me at first. It doesn't change. It just is there. Like, it's just there. You'll notice even though we're here, this box does not represent these red and white socks. I'll show you. So if I click one of these boxes, you notice nothing changes. It's just, those are the socks that we set it to. Those are the socks that it's going to stay as. So very simple. As you guys can see, I went through like the entire league and just fixed up all of the accessories. Heck, if you look, I even did it for like the practice jerseys just to make sure, you know, everyone's wearing the right colors and things of that nature. What I wanted to point out was why we made those last two boxes 3-2, 3-2. It makes it kind of transparent to the point where it's on the main menu. It's like you don't see it, so you know, like the main colors that these guys are going to wear for these jerseys is going to be either white, red, or black, you know, something like that. So that is just a really quick tutorial on how to do this. I actually did not know how to do this as of like a few days ago, and like I just found this out. So like, you know, this is something that's really cool in terms of, if you want, you know, straight up authenticity in your game. This is something that I went through on my roster and just did for the entire league. I obviously saved the Raptors because I wanted to do it on the tutorial, but very simple, very straightforward. Let me know if you have any questions in terms of, you know, what we talked about today in the video. I will link 2K tools in the description. Again, very simple, very straightforward. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Another tutorial, ShadyMikeGaming, 2K Modding Society. Join the Discord for more modding content. I'm out of here. Peace. Threes.